Spiritual practices are associated with peace, with joy, with love, and general contentment and even bliss. And that's one of the reasons why we're so attracted to the spiritual path, regardless of whether it's pagan or it's something else. But life isn't always easy, and life often throws a lot of curved balls our way that aren't so good. And so during the hard times, we have a tendency to abandon our spiritual practice when it's during those hard times that we need it the most. So in this video, I wanted to talk to you about the benefits of having a practice and how you can use that and utilize that during the hard times. But before I dive in, hi, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. If you're new to the channel and you want to know more about Wicca and witchcraft, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. And if you are wanting to start your Wiccan practice and you no longer want the confusion of where to start and what to do, and you are looking for some guidance and training, do check out the Mystery Witch School Academy. It's my 12-month course on Wicca, where you get to use the Wiccan form to connect to yourself, to nature, and to the goddess and God. The link to that is in the description field below this video. So with a spiritual practice, we associate it with joy, with positivity, with feeling good. And when we first start out a practice, it does feel that way. It feels really good, and sometimes life even starts to get better. But life isn't a bed of roses, and it's not meant to be all good all the time. And so the minute the life throws a curved ball and the happiness and the positivity elude us, we often think something is wrong. Something's either wrong with the practice, or something's wrong with ourselves, or both. And so what happens is people end up rejecting the practice because, well, the practice obviously isn't doing any good anymore because life's tough again and I'm not feeling so great. And spirituality, after all, is supposed to make me feel blissful all the time. And so they reject the practice, things go in the drawer and forgotten about. Alternatively, sometimes we beat ourselves up too much and we feel that we're not good enough for a spiritual practice, and so things go back in the drawer and we forget about it. And this is a trap a lot of us fall into. Our spiritual practice is there for the good times and it's there for the bad times. And when things aren't working out in our life, it's not because of the practice, and it's not because we're not worthy of the practice. It's simply life. And while we're here on this planet, we've got to deal with the highs and the lows. From a spiritual practice point of view, the bad times are opportunities for us to grow and learn and become more aware of who and what we are. And while that doesn't sound so much fun, like blissful meditation and connecting with nature, it's still part of the practice, and it's the reality of the practice. So in the good times, the benefits of you practicing are going to help you in those tough times. So the benefits of practicing spiritual practices, regardless of whether they're Wiccan or witchcraft or any type of pagan practice or non-pagan practice, is that it helps connect you to your spiritual self, or who you truly are, your true self. The practices are designed to help get you away from your ego and identifying with the ego and getting in touch with who you truly are. And this is where your strength and your fortitude and your empowerment comes from. It comes from you knowing that you can step aside from getting emotionally caught up in whatever's going on around you and take a breath and connect to who you really are on a soul level. And this is what the main purpose of a practice is. So first and foremost, that connection to who you truly are is one of the benefits of having a practice, and it's what a true practice should be helping you with. A true practice should help you learn to see the ego and understand its function, and be able to utilize the ego in a way that benefits your true self. The second benefit of a spiritual practice is that it helps you connect more to nature and the goddess and God. So that's a connective thing that helps you realize that you're not alone. You have the spirits, you have the goddess and god there who can help you through the hard times. If you do petitions to them, prayers to them, ask for their help, they will help you. And that is something that is not just comforting, it is something that just gives you that knowing that you don't have to go through any of life's crap by yourself. Even if you feel like you're going through it by yourself, you actually have help in the spirit world to get through the tough times. Even asking for help from your guides is a way of just having that extra bit of support for you when you're having these times of difficulty. It's the strength, the resilience, and this is where the empowerment comes from. If you can do your spiritual practice during the hard times, utilize your spiritual practice as a way of getting to know you. When you do come across hard times, you can stand back and look at how you're dealing with those tough times. What are the sorts of things you're saying to yourself? What are you believing about the situation? Are you getting caught up in blaming yourself? Are you getting caught up in blaming other people? What are you getting caught up with? And use that as an opportunity to learn more about who you are and realize some of the beliefs perhaps that need to change in order to help you not feel so uncomfortable in certain situations or not to get your buttons pushed. Because life is going to give you people, it's going to dish you out situations that are going to push your buttons, that are going to trigger you, almost deliberately, so that you have the opportunity to change, so that you have the opportunity to look at yourself and go, okay, my buttons are being pushed, what am I saying to myself, what is my worldview, and is this real or is this something that I can change and actually have control over? So these three things are really the gifts of a spiritual practice. So when you're going through a tough time and you sit down to do a daily practice, just pour what you're feeling out to the gods as if you're having a conversation with them. Do a petition to help give you strength during these times. I know some witches who, during these tough times when they first started out on the path, just give it all away. And then when they've had time to calm down and think about things, they then start to feel guilt and shame over having rejected the gods. Put everything away in a drawer, I've disrespected my tools, I've disrespected the deities, how can I ever go back to them? And the truth is, they don't care. They don't care whether you have put them in the drawer or in the cupboard or wherever you put these things. Just get them out, reconsecrate them, and get connected again, because that's really what it's about. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, and there are going to be times when you stuff up, there are going to be times when it feels awful, and there's going to be times when you feel blissful and peaceful, and it is all part of being human, and it's all part of being here in this world. And while that doesn't sound like fun all the time, a teacher of mine used to say, the path is sweet. Because once you know that all of this stuff is actually something we can utilize and use, that's where you get to stand in your power, and that's where you get to take back control over yourself and over your life. Because if we're constantly giving up our control to circumstances and other people, we become disempowered and we're giving away our power. We have to be able to take it back, and that does take work, but it is well worth the effort. So if you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.